Welcome to the deep dive. Have you ever found yourself pausing, mid-sentence, wondering if you should say, I think, or maybe I'm thinking?
Oh, definitely. Or maybe you're talking about your daily routine.
Yeah. And you suddenly kind of stop and think, wait, am I mixing up what I do every day with what I am doing right now?
It's such a classic moment, isn't it? And it really gets to the heart of one of the most common but uh, subtly powerful distinctions in English, getting those present tenses right.
Exactly. It's more than just basic grammar.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So today, we're not just doing a quick review. We're really diving deep into the nuances, the little things that take your English from just correct to truly clear and precise.
That's the plan. Our mission in this deep dive is to really unpack the present simple and the present continuous.
And we've gathered insights from, well, quite a few places. There are the standard comprehensive grammar guides, of course.
The essentials.
Right. But also real-world examples, from language learning platforms and even some useful tips from online English coaches.
So practical stuff, too. We want to cut through all the information overload, give you those real aha moments.
Yeah, make it click.
So you feel empowered, not overwhelmed, and can express yourself clearly no matter who we're talking about. I, he, they, all the pronouns. Let's unravel this.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Because it's true. In English, we don't just have one single present tense. It's not that simple.
No, it's split.
Right. We specifically distinguish between the present simple and the present continuous. Sometimes people call that second one the present progressive.
Same thing, different name.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
And while both definitely refer to things happening, now in the present, they actually paint very different pictures about the action or the state itself.
I like thinking of it like having two different paintbrushes.
Oh, so.
Well, one brush, the present simple, that's for the big, broad strokes, right?
Yeah.
General truths, habits, things that are pretty permanent.
Okay, I like that analogy.
And the other brush, the present continuous, that's more for capturing a snapshot, like what's unfolding right now, or maybe a temporary situation, or even a trend that's developing.
That's a great way to put it. Let's start with that first brush then, the present simple. Its main job, like you said, is talking about things that are constant, habitual, or maybe even scheduled.
Okay. Like routines.
Exactly. First up, habitual actions, routines, or general lifestyles, things you do regularly.
So, for example, if I use I or we.
Right. You say something like, I always go to school by bus, or we often speak English at home.
They research new technologies every day. Perfect.
But here's where it gets a little tricky, and it's super important for the present simple. When you use he, she, or it.
Ah, the third person singular.
Precisely. The verb usually changes. We typically add an S or sometimes es to the end.
Right, so not Helen do, but...
Helen does the shopping.
Yeah.
Do becomes do's. Or Mary plays the piano.
He leads the startup successfully.
Yes. It needs more data. And don't forget those irregular ones like go becomes goes and have turns into has. Little changes, but they make a big difference to sounding natural.
Definitely trips people up sometimes. Okay, so habits. What else?
Second, it's for general facts or truths. Things that are just, well, universally true.
Like scientific facts.
Yeah, exactly. The Earth goes around the sun. Or water boils at 100 degrees Celsius.
Simple facts, present simple, makes sense.
Third, we use it for permanent situations. States or situations that don't change very often.
Like where someone lives or works.
Spot on. Jane lives in Majorca. John works in a bank. I live in New York. These feel pretty stable.
Okay. And the last one.
And finally, for scheduled actions. Things like timetables or fixed arrangements that are part of a regular schedule.
Ah, like a train timetable.
Exactly. The train leaves at 9 p.m. Even though we're talking about the future, it's a scheduled event, so we use present simple. Or lectures start at 8 a.m. on Mondays.
Okay, got it. So we know what it is and why we use it. Let's quickly run through the structure, the how, across the different pronouns, just to really nail it down.
Good idea. Let's start with the positive, the affirmative sentences. It's usually just subject plus the base form of the verb.
So, I work in a bank.
Right. You study in Madrid.
But then, for he, she, it.
That's where the S, or S comes in. He works perfectly with the new software.
She manages a computer vision project.
It needs more data.
And then back to the base form for we and they.
Exactly. We develop solutions for agriculture.
Yeah.
They research new technologies every day.
Okay, affirmative seems straightforward enough if you remember the as. What about negatives? This is where do comes in, right?
Yes, this is key. We use the helpers do not, or the contraction don't, and does not, doesn't. This is crucial. Once you use does or doesn't, the main verb goes back to its base form. No S.
Okay. So I do not work. Or more naturally, I don't work in a bank.
Perfect. You don't live in Spain?
And for him, not he doesn't work.
No, exactly. It's he doesn't eat tomatoes. See? Eat, not eats.
Right. Mary does not play the piano. Or Mary doesn't play the piano.
It doesn't work properly today.
And plurals use don't again.
Yep, we don't speak English. They don't come from Japan.
Okay, negatives nailed. What about questions?
For questions, we start with do or does, then the subjects, then the base form of the verb again.
So, do you work in a bank?
Right. And the short answer would be, yes, I do, or no, I don't.
And for her, does she play the piano?
Yep. Yes, she does. Or no, she doesn't.
Does Peter live in Spain?
Do they study in Madrid?
Right.
Same pattern.
Got it. Dodos, subject, base verb.
Excellent summary. And one more quick thing about present simple. Those adverbs of frequency, they really signal the routine aspect.
Like always, usually, sometimes.
Exactly. Often, rarely,
Yep.
never. And where you put them matters. Usually they go before the main verb.
Example.
I sometimes study in the library.
Okay.
But if the verb is to be, am is are, the adverb goes after it. She's often at Mary's house.
Okay. Little placement rule there. That's helpful.
It really helps it sound more natural.
So that's present simple. Routines, facts, schedules. But what about things happening like right this second? That's the other brush, right? The present continuous.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Now we shift focus. The present continuous is all about action in progress.
Happening now.
Primarily, yes, its main uses are, first, actions happening at the exact moment of speaking, things literally unfolding as we talk.
Like she is eating an apple. Right.
Perfect. It is raining outside. He is having a shower now.
Okay, easy enough. What else?
Second, temporary actions. Situations that aren't permanent, just happening for a limited period around the present.
So not forever, just for now.
Exactly. We are looking for a new house at the moment. It implies it's a temporary search.
Or Bruno's working in marketing while he finds something better. That really shows it's temporary.
Spot on. Third use. Fixed arrangements in the near future. Often personal plans that are already set.
Wait, future. I thought this was present tense.
It is, but we often use present continuous for definite future plans, especially social ones, like I am going out with him tonight.
Or we are flying to Paris tomorrow morning. Like it's already arranged, it's in the diary.
Precisely. It shows a strong intention or arrangement. And the fourth use is quite interesting for currently changing or developing situations. Trends in motion.
Oh, like things that are gradually shifting.
Yes. The Earth is getting hotter and hotter. It emphasizes the ongoing process of change, not just a static fact. It feels more dynamic.
That makes sense. Okay, so structure time again. This one uses the verb to be, right? And that ing ending.
Correct. This is where am, is, or are becomes the helper verb, followed by the main verb with ing added.
Let's run through the affirmative with all the pronouns, using those contractions too, because we use them all the time when speaking.
Good call. So for I'm checking my emails, or more naturally, I'm checking my emails right now.
For you are working on the new pitch. You're working on it today.
For he is leading the meeting. He's leading it at the moment.
She's managing a new system. She's managing it this week.
It is running slowly. It's running very slowly right now.
We are developing an AI model. We're developing one this month.
And they're researching computer vision. They're researching it today.
Okay, the pattern is clear. Subject, be verb, verbing. And just a quick reminder on spelling that ing.
Right. Most verbs just add ing.
Mm-hmm.
Watching. Work. Working.
But if it ends in e, like make.
Drop the e. Add ing. Making. Using. Writing.
And those short ones, like run, consonant, vowel, consonant.
Usually double the last consonant. Run, running, swimming, shopping. But don't double X, Y, or W. So fixing, play.
Cute little rules to remember. Okay, negatives in the continuous, just add not.
Exactly. Add not right after the am, is, or are. Contractions are super common here, too.
So I'm not studying English.
You are not listening. You aren't listening to me.
He is not working. He isn't working at the moment.
She is not watching TV. She isn't watching TV.
It is not working properly. It isn't working properly today.
We are not watching a soap opera. We are watching a soap opera.
They're not coming to the party. They aren't coming tomorrow. Easy enough.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, questions. Just flip the subject and the be verb.
You got it. Invert the subject and the form of to be.
Am I cleaning my room?
Short answer, yes, I am. No, I'm not.
Are you listening to music?
Yes, you are. No, you aren't. Or, well, if I'm asking you, yes, I am. No, I'm not.
Right. Depends who's answering. Is he playing tennis now?
Yes, he is. No, he isn't.
Is your mother cooking dinner now?
Is it snowing?
Are we studying?
Are they reading magazines? Same inversion pattern.
Great. And just like present simple had adverbs of frequency, present continuous has its own time signals.
It does. Words and phrases like now, right now, at the moment, currently, today, these days, tonight, they really flag that the action is ongoing or temporary. They're like little signposts in the sentence.
Okay. We've laid out the mechanics of both tenses, the structure, the pronouns, the helpers. But here's where, for me, the real deep dive happens. Understanding the subtle meaning shifts.
Absolutely. This is where the communication gets precise.
You said the core difference is simple for constant routine, continuous for temporary unfinished.
That's the foundation, yes. It's not just about picking a grammatically correct tense, but choosing the one that conveys your intended meaning.
So give me that newspaper example again.
Okay. If I say, she reads a newspaper every morning, that's present simple. It clearly implies that's her daily habit, part of her routine.
Right. Constant.
But if I say, she's reading a newspaper right now, present continuous, the focus shifts completely. It means the action is happening at this specific moment. It's temporary, in progress.
The context just changes entirely with the tense. What about the hotel example? That really clarified the permanent versus temporary thing for me.
Yeah, that's a good one. He works in a hotel. Present simple. That generally implies it's his permanent job, his regular place of employment.
Stable situation.
Right. But he's working in a five-star hotel at the moment. Present continuous. That strongly suggests it's temporary. Maybe it's just for the summer season. Or maybe he's just doing it while looking for something else.
So the tense itself tells you about the likely duration and stability. Wow.
Exactly. It packs a lot of information into that verb choice.
Okay, this brings us to something that trips up so many learners. The whole action verbs versus state verbs thing. What is the deal there?
Ah, yes. The classic confusion point.
Right.
But once you get it, it's like a light bulb moment.
Let's try and switch that light bulb on.
Okay. So action verbs describe actions you can, well, perform.
Right.
Things you do, like eat, drink, dance, go, play, sit, work.
Physical or mental actions.
Right. And these verbs can generally be used in both present simple and present continuous, depending on the meaning you want.
So I usually eat breakfast. That's simple for a habit.
Perfect. Versus, I am eating breakfast at the moment. That's continuous for the action right now. Both are totally fine, just different contexts.
Okay, that makes sense for action verbs, but then state verbs.
Right. These are different. They describe states of being, feelings, opinions, senses, possession things that aren't really active doings.
Like love, hate, know, believe.
Exactly. Prefer, mean, understand, remember, forget, need, want, owe, own, depend. There are quite a few.
And the rule is?
The general rule is that state verbs are not usually used in continuous tenses because a state is seen as ongoing or relatively permanent, not a temporary action you're performing right now.
So you wouldn't say, I am loving dogs.
Typically, no. You'd say, I love dogs. It's a general state of feeling. Same way you say, I believe you, not I am believing you. Using the continuous form with these often sounds quite unnatural, sometimes just plain wrong.
But there's always a but in English grammar, isn't there?
Huh. Awesome, yes. And this is a fascinating but. Some verbs can actually function as both state verbs and action verbs.
Meaning they change their meaning depending on the tense?
Precisely. The meaning shifts. Let's take think. If I say, I think it's expensive, what am I expressing?
Your opinion, a belief.
Right. That's a mental state. So we use the present simple. But what if I say, hold on, I'm thinking about how to fix this?
Now you're describing the process of thinking, the mental effort. That's an action.
Exactly. It's the active process of deliberation. So here, think is an action verb, and we use the present continuous. Same verb, two different functions, two different tenses.
That's a brilliant distinction from static opinion to active mental work. What about have? That one comes up a lot.
Another perfect example. If I say, I have a bike,
Uh-huh.
what does have mean here?
Possession. You own it.
Right. It's a state of ownership.
Yeah.
So present simple. But what about, I can't talk now, I'm having dinner?
Okay, now having doesn't mean owning dinner.
No. It means experiencing the activity of eating dinner.
Like having a good time, having a shower, having a meeting.
Precisely. In those cases, have becomes an action verb describing an experience or activity, so the present continuous is perfectly natural. It shifts from the state of possession to the action of experiencing.
That's incredibly useful. It really shows how tense choice is about nuance, not just rules.
Okay, let's connect this to the real world a bit more. What about common phrasal verbs, especially around work? How do the tenses play out there?
Good question. Many work-related phrasal verbs fit these patterns nicely. Let's stick to present examples to keep it clear.
Okay, like carry out, meaning perform a task.
Right. You could say our team regularly carries out audits, present simple for a routine task.
Or the contractor is carrying out the work this week. Continuous for a temporary ongoing project.
Exactly. Or take over, meaning take control. The new CEO takes over on Monday. Simple for a scheduled event.
Versus Toshiba is taking over the smaller company. Continuous for the ongoing process of acquisition.
Perfect. How about take on, meaning to hire?
We take on new interns every summer. Simple for a regular habit. Or we're taking on new staff right now because sales are up. Continuous for a current, perhaps temporary hiring drive.
Okay. What about verbs like knuckle down or slack off?
Those usually describe habitual behavior. When deadlines approach, the team really knuckles down. Simple. Or he often slacks off on Friday afternoons. Simple again, describing a typical pattern.
Makes sense. And one last really practical distinction people ask about. Work in versus work on. How do the tenses affect that?
Ah, yes, this causes a lot of confusion, but it's quite straightforward when you think about the core meanings.
Lay it on us.
Work in usually refers to working inside a place, a department, or a general field. It often suggests a more permanent or general situation.
So present simple feels natural here.
Very often, yes. I work in the finance department. She works in a large hospital. They work in education.
Okay. And work on.
Work on usually means focusing your effort on a specific project, task, or activity. Because it implies an ongoing effort towards a particular goal, it pairs really well with the present continuous.
Like, I can't talk. I'm working on the monthly report.
Exactly. Or, he is working on a new software prototype this quarter. We're working on improving the user interface. It highlights the specific task in progress.
So the preposition choice really guides the tense often or vice versa. That's super helpful for day-to-day use.
It is. Those little prepositions can change the whole picture.
Okay, we have really unpacked these tenses. Now, for everyone listening, let's make this practical. What stands out to you from all this?
Well, the absolute best way to get the hang of this is practice, active use. So think about your own day, maybe right now.
What should they think about?
First, what activities do you do every single day? Your routines. Try saying a few sentences using the present simple and really focus, how does the verb change if you talk about yourself versus, say, your friend or your family member?
Practice that I do, he does, we do distinction.
Exactly. Then switch gears. What are you doing right now, this very moment, while listening? Describe it using the present continuous. I am sitting, I am listening, I am driving.
Get that be plus ing form flowing.
And maybe try describing one permanent situation in your life using present simple. I live in, I work as. And then contrast it with a temporary situation using present continuous. I'm studying for an exam this month. We're staying with relatives right now.
And keep practicing those negatives and questions too, right? I don't.
Yeah.
He doesn't. Do you? Is she?
Absolutely. It's like building muscle memory. The more you consciously practice these forms, especially focusing on how they change for different pronouns, the more automatic and natural it becomes.
Because getting this right isn't just about grammar tests, is it?
Not at all. It's about expressing yourself clearly, precisely. It's about really thinking in English, conveying exactly the nuance you intend, rather than just translating word for word from your own language.
So we've taken a pretty deep dive today into present simple and present continuous. We've looked at when to use them, how to form them correctly for all the different pronouns.
And crucially, those subtle but important differences in meaning routine versus right now permanent versus temporary state versus action.
Hopefully you feel like you have a much clearer map now to navigate these really essential English tenses.
And remember, language is fundamentally about connection. The clearer and more precise your language tools are, the stronger those connections can be.
So our challenge to you is this. As you go about your day, start noticing, pay attention. What do people around you generally do? Use that present simple in your head. And what are they doing right now? Practice that present continuous.
The more you observe and mentally practice, the more naturally these tenses will just flow when you speak.
That's it for this deep dive. Until next time, keep learning, keep asking those questions, and keep making those linguistic discoveries.